Hello everybody, welcome to GiaGia Live, Life, and Tarot. Today I'm going to be using the Radiant White Tarot deck and also using the Gaia Oracle. One Oracle card was pulled for this reading. Okay, let's take a look at what's going on for everybody for Thursday, January 17, 2019. I hope everybody's doing great. Let's dive right in. Okay, as you can see here, we have the Six of Swords. This was the energy underneath the deck, the Six of Swords. So right away off the bat, what I'm seeing here is there's going to be some conflict, some problems in communication. There's just going to be a few issues here happening. With that Six of Swords, that is trying to figure out how to move away from problems and conflict and solve them and get to a more calm mental state. Also, there might be some worrying going on, but definitely there's some things happening where we're looking at wanting to move away from the issues and the problems, figure things out, and just make things smooth out, okay, with that Six of Swords. Also, it's possible there could be some traveling involved, but I feel more with this energy, this is about some issues that are going on that are need to be worked out or are being worked out. But the goal is to move on and get to a calmer place with everything. So we're going to be looking at now what we need to know about that's going on in work, in our home, something unexpected that's going to happen, what our role in energy is. We're going to take a look at our money and finances. We're going to take a look at what's going on with love and relationships. We're going to see something positive that's going to happen for us. And then we're going to take a look at that outcome. All right, so let's get started. Now, for work, you have the moon. The moon, which is a major arcana. So, what I'm feeling here with the moon in the work sector is emotions are running real high. Also, there might be some deception or some things are not clear. But with the moon here, there's going to be a need to try to balance things out. You're going to be looking at trying to create some stability and make decisions that create balance. You may also find that you're going to have to do some give and take to create this balance. But there also is the possibility that with the moon here, that there might be some issues in give and take. Either somebody is doing too much giving or too much taking at work, in terms of duties, in terms of what part they may play as part of a team. But I really feel like with the moon, things might get a little chaotic, especially with that Six of Swords there, where you're going to have to come up with some ideas or come up with some solutions to any potential problems that looks like they may come up. Okay? Don't hesitate to get some help on that. Sometimes two minds is better than one. But the goal is you want to get that situation under control in your work environment. Now, taking a look at what's going on in your home environment. You have the Ten of Swords. I gotta say, with this Ten of Swords here, I feel like there's already been a lot of crazy stuff happening for you, where you've had to figure stuff out. Things have been getting really tough and complicated. It's not been easy to figure things out. In fact, it's been downright challenging here with this Ten of Swords. But I feel like because we're at the Ten of Swords, because remember, with the Ten of Swords, you are where the worst has already happened, is what I feel here. So I think whatever's going on in your home environment, there is some sort of a breakthrough or release. I feel like you're not going to be stuck. There's an ending to being stuck, and you're going to have some victory now. There's some ending to being stuck. Being stuck in your mind, being stuck about how to figure things out, what needs to be done, and some sort of breakthrough, some sort of release is going to happen here in your home environment. Hey, I don't know what was going on there, but it looks like it was weighing on your mind real heavy. It looked like you might even thought it was impossible to solve, or maybe there was some sort of time constraint happening, that you were getting to a deadline that it didn't look like you were going to be able to meet for whatever it is that was going on in the home. But there is a relief there now. It also could be a lot of back and forth arguments could have been happening in the home, where that it just seriously escalated and gotten out of hand, where people, you might have felt like you weren't being heard, or you might have felt like you were being disrespected, or just what was going on at the time wasn't clear to you, or maybe it wasn't clear to others, and it just imploded. But I feel like now you come to an end of that. You may have felt like you were being lied to or deceived, okay, or someone might not have been coming through for you the way you needed them to, or vice versa. But I feel like you now are going to move away from whatever the troubles were that were going on in your home, that was, putting you in your feelings with the moon, and had you really upset, maybe even so greatly worried. But whatever this was, is, or who, those issues are going to subside this day. Okay, it's going to come to an end. Maybe you're going to see things from a different perspective, or something's happening that this mental anguish comes to an end, and you're going to move on and be in a calmer place. Now, let's go on and take a look at something unexpected that's going to happen. Okay. We have the Queen of Cups. Okay, the Queen of Cups. So the unexpected thing is, I feel like some sort of change ends up happening for you in your world, and you're going to feel stuck and feel like you need to see a way to create a solution, work something out to try to make it come together. But I think you're going to be upset. Something is going to be, you're going to feel a little disappointed due to this change. Something gets out of balance, and it puts you in your feelings. Whatever it is, it's going to be unexpected. You didn't see it coming, or maybe you took a look at it and figured it was under control, or it wasn't going to become an issue. But something becomes an issue for you, and it's going to trigger you emotionally, where you're going to feel like you're going to need to act and bring some balance to the situation, or try to figure out how to change whatever's causing you to feel stuck or unable to move. It's like some sort of obstacle comes out of nowhere, or an obstacle you didn't think was going to become an obstacle, and now you want to scram to figure out how to fix that situation. You may even want to look to others to resolve it by seeking help. But I feel like it's definitely going to have you in your feelings with and worried. It's definitely going to have you worried. But again, whatever this is, you're going to be trying to figure out how to move away from that, and you may have to look to others to help you with that. It also could be that you already were looking to others, and there was an understanding that whoever you are interacting with, something you trusted them with, or they were supposed to be responsible for, they dropped the ball, and now it just shakes up everything for you. And now you didn't see that coming, and now you got to act and try to figure it out. But listen, whatever it is, it's going to be a little bit of a shock. It's going to be a disturbance. But before you do anything, Try to get some emotional balance and get calm. Try to calm those thoughts and fears. Try not to get so worried where you went from 0 to 60 here. Okay, get calm before you make any moves. If you got the time to do it, because it feels like whatever it is just comes in real quick. Okay, now let's go and take a look at what your role is going to be, since that Queen of Cups is there as the unexpected. We got the Seven of Cups. Ooh. Alrighty then. Okay, yeah, definitely with the Seven of Swords here being your energy, I feel like there are definitely some challenges, some sort of strife that's coming up that you want to take action on and make some changes with, that you want to strategize and figure out what to do. You could even possibly be deceiving yourself, okay, having deceptive thoughts and like really going there in your mind about the worst in the situation. But I gotta say, I really feel more that this Seven of Swords is you trying to contemplate and think fast on your feet about whatever challenge comes to you, or challenges that are coming to you in work and that's unexpected, and trying to find a solution to bring a conclusion to that, to bring it to a successful end, to completing it and getting that behind you and solving that problem. So I feel like you're going to be in your head a lot, but just be careful not to overbear yourself with a lot of worry, and don't get so emotional with the Moon and the Queen of Cups where you can't think clearly or see clearly with the Six of Swords to move out of what are the conflicts or issues are that could be happening for you on this day. So use that Seven of Swords to your advantage. Think about what the issue is, what are the options, who can help, what are the best ways that are for you, and please make sure you do what is best for you. If you can do something that makes a compromise, but a compromise that you can live with, that's okay too. But definitely you are going to be trying to figure some things out and get some stuff under control and resolve some issues so you can get in a calmer space. Okay, so use that Seven of Swords to help you to come up with that strategy. All right, so you can get to that end game of success. Okay, so let's take a look now what's going on with your money and your finances. Okay, and we have Judgment, ladies and gentlemen. This is your second major arcana in the spread. Okay, I gotta say, when I'm looking at Judgment, the Moon, Ten of Swords, this Queen of Cups, and your role, your energy that you bringing into all of this is the Seven of Swords. I feel like with Judgment, sitting under that Moon, something's happening with your money and finances, and not exactly in a good way. I feel like you might be taking a hit on your money, okay? This could be some sort of actual legal judgment that's happening against you. This could be an unexpected bill that you might have forgot to pay, or maybe you scheduled it to be paid and you forgot it, and the funds ain't there to cover all of that and leave you, being good. I feel like you're going to try to see what you can do, because somewhere here I feel like you dropped the ball around your money and finances. You might have slipped up and miscalculated with keeping an account of your funds. But I also feel like somebody is imposing on your funds, and a judgment, an actual legal judgment could be happening against you, either by maybe a bill collector. It might have gone into collections, perhaps child support. Also, you might have a lien on your taxes. If that's happening, yeah, that would put you in the Seven of Swords energy, Ten of Swords energy in your home, and feeling real crazy with that Queen of Cups and that Moon. Forget about it. That's like emotions to the umpteenth, feeling it. So, yeah, the best thing you can do here is you're going to have to figure out how to go with the flow. I feel. You want to figure out how to establish some sense of stability and security after this happens. Hey, you might even, by the time you look at this, might be able to get some sense of what's happening, at the moment you view this. And the goal is, I hope for you, that you're able to come back from that, to snap back from that as quickly as you can. But yeah, I feel real strongly with Judgment that many of you are not going to be happy with what happens with your money. Now, there are going to be some of you that, as it has to do with your money and finances, you might get a second win with your money, where things was real tight at the end, got the worst it could get, like you couldn't deal with another thing because you just don't have it money wise, but suddenly that child support payment comes in, yes, or suddenly that income tax you filed is here, yes. That could be happening for some of you, that will put you in high emotions, yes, and see some things you were worrying about subside, and you feel better, and you feel like you're able to escape with that Seven of Swords. That is going to happen for some of you, but many of you, not so much. So I wish you the best with that. Do the best you can. Keep your head, okay? Keep your wits about you. So let's take a look at what's going on in your love and relationships. All right, with the love and relationships, I see we have the Hermit. The Hermit, which is a major arcana. Notice how the Hermit is kind of looking over at the Seven of Swords, and the Seven of Swords is kind of looking back at the Hermit. There's a dialogue happening there. Now, the Hermit is an earth energy. And the Hermit, he analyzes, he observes, he seeks. So in love and relationships, I feel like you're going to, for those of you who get hit, and not in a good way, in your money and finances, and this unexpected thing that comes up for you that's going to have you in your feelings, I feel like you're going to turn to family and friends to seek some sort of help, to help you get out of the troubles that happen all of a sudden, or the issues that might come up with money that you can't fix on your own. With this Hermit. So I feel like with that Seven of Swords and the Hermit looking at each other, that you are trying to see who you can turn to that could maybe help you out and get you out of a rut. Or you might be doing this for somebody else, by the way. Okay. And also, with everything we covered, even if any of these things are not happening to you, it could very well be happening to somebody you know, and that you deal with. So let's see. Also, with the Hermit in your love and relationships, I feel like you're also feeling more grounded. Okay. I feel like you're taking a closer look at your relationships. You're assessing your relationships. You are probably seeking answers about your part in your relationships. If there's anything you need to be accountable for and possibly need to change. If you're the person that could be being deceptive with that Seven of Swords, or causing mental anguish in others with that Ten of Swords, or if this is happening to you and you're trying to learn and discover what's going on as it has to do with you, your relationships, and you and who you love, and get to a place of calm and peace and really understand what's happening and what the dynamic is. And I think also with the Hermit, you just may very well, I feel like some of you have found the solutions and the answers to whatever the troubles or issues that have been or could have been playing out between yourself and others, or vice versa. And now you have a practical approach. You've come up with ideas with that Seven of Swords, and you're applying practical approaches to where you bring an end to, the arguing, the bickering, the mental anguish that either you may be suffering or someone else by your hand, or you suffering by the hand of somebody else, but you're looking at that, and I feel like you found the answers. But also with the Hermit, you're also looking closely because you're done with being deceived with that Seven of Swords also. And with Judgment there, you rise into to the challenge of having your own peace and happiness, and you working on yourself, and you working on your relationships. And those people that's bogus, that don't mean you well, and you see it, because like I always have believed when I've heard this, and I never let it go. When people show you who they are, please believe them. Because what they show you will always be far more real than what they say. But if they do it and they say it and it comes together, you might have yourself a winner. So that's what I feel what's going on with the Hermit, is that you're going to be bringing an end to those bogus nonsense relationships, people who've deceived you and lied to you. Or this might be you getting the boot and getting that assessment. And guess what? You might not have passed the test where you can be kept around, or you might be making those decisions about others. So now let's go ahead and take a look with all of this that's going on. Good Lord. Let's take a look at what's positive that's going to happen. Okay. I like that energy, I think. Let me see. Let me see how this feels. We got the Knight of Wands here. This is something positive that's going to happen to you. This is something positive. And Knights bring events. They bring events. So with this fire energy, that means some action or actions are taking place. So some changes are afoot. So I would say that the thing that's positive that's happening for you with this Knight of Wands is, I feel like you're going to take action in your communication to everything that's going on that you need to deal with. Any problems, any issues. And I feel like you're going to be able to go in a new direction. You might be able to resolve something that could really have gotten real crazy, but now that you have it brought to your attention, you can put it into that foolishness. I feel like with the Knight of Wands, a lot of this conflicting energy that you may be experiencing or will experience, you're going to be able to move away from. I think you're going to act quickly. And you're going to act from a place of, having a positive mindset, looking for the best things to happen, trying to be practical. You're going to be effective in your communication. Okay. I feel like I said yesterday, you're going to take your time, but hurry up, but it's going to count. And I think you're going to be able to heal, if not all, some of the things that, get shaken up on this day. So that's a really positive thing, that you're going to move away from something. Now also with this Knight of Wands, some of you just might straight be moving. Well, you just leaving. You could have gotten that call and like, yes, I was waiting with the moon to see if I was going to get that job or promotion. And I didn't know what was going to happen. And now you get that call and you're giving the green light, thumbs up. And you're like, yes, I'm off to my new position. I'm off to that higher salary. Some of you, with the Knight of Wands, also, you're going to be able to move quickly away from the issues that could come up in your money and finances. That you're going to be able to rise to the call. And whatever is about to be tripping or crazy, or was going to have you in the red or stressing or worry, you're going to have some solutions, and those solutions are going to be applied quickly, be effective, and you're going to be able to move completely away from that situation on this day. Now with the unexpected, I feel like whatever does shake up your emotions, cause you to be upset in your feelings, you're going to gain some balance, get grounded. You're going to work on yourself, and you're going to work on you know, actively making a choice to move away from those negative feelings and put yourself back in a better space so that you can figure out what needs to happen with that Six of Swords and move to a calmer place, okay, in your mind and in your circumstances. Now that brings us to this outcome. Da, 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 da. We have the Lovers as your outcome. Another major arcana. So what we got here? One, two, three, four major arcanas in this spread. Now, the Lovers is air energy, right? And it can talk about, it usually talks about making decisions, head over heart decisions, or head or heart decision. It also could talk about, you know, some sort of karmic contracts, you know, something you might not be able to get out of. Like, for example, if you do have an actual legal judgment because you do owe that money and you just didn't pay it, that's a karmic contract, and you're just going to have to pay it because it caught up with you. But also, I feel more, while that is applicable, the Lovers is, at the end of the day, you got some decisions to make. You got choices to make all day. And you want to make the right ones. My suggestion to you, for the most part, especially with the Lovers, you really want to try to make head over heart decisions. You really want to not be in your feelings with that Queen of Cups and the Moon. And you don't want to be in mental anguish with that Ten of Swords, to where this Seven of Swords energy works against you and you start deceiving yourself. You start sabotaging yourself. Let's not do that. Make a mental note right now as you're viewing this to keep your head clear, keep your feet on the ground, keep your eyes forward, and know what's going on around you. And don't have knee-jerk reactions. Slow your roll. See what's up. Because whatever's happened has happened. Pull it together. See what needs to happen next and what's the best way to do it. Don't start going off. Don't start tripping. Don't lose your shit, so to speak. Excuse that, but I'm just keeping it real. You got to keep it together. Keep your head in the game. I feel like with the Lovers, it's these things happening for you, working out or not, is really going to be about the choices you make. So you want to try to make some good choices, okay? You might even need to make some sacrifices with those choices that you make, but make sure they're logical, it makes sense, and it's the best possible way for you. And if you can, try to have some idea what the alternatives might need to be. What you really want to happen can't happen. So now, let's take a look at what the additional guidance is from the Gaia Oracle. I had already pulled this card just like I already pre-shuffled. Because listen guys, I know a lot of you may like to shuffle and everything, but you know that's time consuming, right? And it's really hard to load these videos depending how long they are because of the time it takes to load them. So as a convenience to me and to you, I figure I pre-shuffle and just get in there and let you know what's happening, because it's really about the message, right? Well, let me start rambling and get to the point, because that's what this is, right? So with the Gaia Oracle, the message that came in for you is Ganesha. Wow, that's the number 31. 3 plus 1 is 4. This talks about stability. There's no other way to look at that but to say stability and security with Ganesha, right? So it says clearing away obstacles, protection, and guidance. That is your guidance, is Ganesha. And so I feel like what Ganesha wants you to be aware of on this day is that whatever has thwarted your progress, has impeded the steps you've been trying to make and the solutions you're trying to get done, and you feel like you're being prevented from moving forward, even if it doesn't get solved this day, just know that it will be resolved. An obstacle is cleared and you are free to move on this day. at least one obstacle, maybe more. Your plans will be able to come to fruition, whether it's this day or as you move forward. Just keep at it. Know that everything happens for a reason. Understand that the blockages that you have faced were in fact a blessing in disguise, an act of divine intervention. That sounds better than when it's happening, don't it? But it's true. Know that timing and circumstances that were previously not favorable to you, or anything that's happening this day that doesn't appear to be working out in your favor, no matter what your efforts, and it ends in disappointment and possibly even failure, know that the path will clear when the timing is right and when the stars are aligned. And know and understand that you will still be protected and guided. Whether you're able to clear those obstacles today or only one of them, or if you can't clear them all or none at all, you are protected, okay? Remember, the divine is always there to help. And remember this, no matter what's happening that's shaking your world, know that you are not doomed. You are not doomed. Faith without works is dead. So pray, believe, and just do the best you can do. That's what that means to me. Faith without works is dead. Because if you don't do the best you can, everything that's happening without you is going to happen to you still, right? But at least if you're ahead in the game, you can try to change it or see change happen along the way. Well, that's it for your reading. I hope this helped. Please like, subscribe, comment. I really want to hear from you. I would like to know how these messages are resonating with you. I really enjoy what I'm doing here. So I wish you blessings and peace, prosperity, and solutions in all areas of your life. Until next time, be blessed. Take care. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.